Hi everyone. How y'all doing? Good morning, good afternoon. I pray it's a beautiful night whenever you hear this, receive this, or see this. I just wanted to stop by with a little message that I have that I woke up with, honestly. Um, my thoughts concerning people that tend to call me. Let me say it this way. Let me just kind of just tell my story of what kind of really happened without um saying too much of what doesn't need to be said. But I just had a very close friend to call me, and she called me about something that she struggles with on a constant, basically. She called me about something that she's been kind of struggling with for some years now, and I get it. Um, Sometimes it's hard to tell what it is exactly that she needs to hear or want me to say because everything that I do say is not it or not enough or just not what she would like to hear. So I think what I what with realizing this, I realized I maybe needed to speak up to not just her because I was telling her, but she was so upset and so riled up about what is physically happening to her. Although I'm speaking on a spiritual aspect, spiritual from a spiritual aspect, certain things are physically happening to her. She had done got so riled up, she didn't really want to talk anymore. She was like, "I'll call you back." Understood, totally understood, you know. But this is the thing. I don't know about anybody else. I can't speak for anybody else, but I can definitely speak for myself. I can speak for a lot of other people too because it's something that's happening. Everybody may not be privy to the information, but it's something that is definitely happening. There is a breaking down of old belief systems. There was a breaking down of the ways we think, we move, we've been doing things, everything that we've always known to be the truth. And every way that we've always known to do things and receive things is breaking down. The world has completely changed outside. Look at coronavirus. Look at the way we walking around with masks and all this mess. It's change. And when the world changes, we kind of got to change too. Now, how we change is kind of truly up to us. What we're open to changing to or receiving in the process of this change is up to us. That's where that free will comes in. Now, I totally get when I hear people say things like, well, this is the way I've been doing things. I've always done it this way, and this is what works for me. This is my lifeline, and this, that, and I get it. 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 But the very thing that has been my lifeline all these years has been broken down too. And that's the Bible. That's the Bible. The Bible taught us to believe in God outside of ourselves. God is within me. God is me. He was made in my image. Or should I say I was made in his image? That's spiritual. So I should be walking in the spirit, not the flesh. Walking in the flesh, you encounter so much fleshly type things that it seems like it's so unavoidable. And I'm just speaking from my own experience of what works for me. Walking in the flesh, being of this world and entertaining these demons and all this type of stuff out here, baby, it's going to kind of keep you on that plane. I started walking in the spirit some years ago to save my own life because walking in the flesh made me suicidal. But that's just me. Walking in the flesh made me want to take myself out of here. I had to change the way I do things. So I walk in the spirit. And I'm just I'm not talking about religion. I'm not talking about religion, period. Religion can have a lot to do with it, but a lot of people have religion and spirituality so mixed up, it's sad. Because religion teaches us to be afraid to go to hell or afraid of the devil or afraid of them lower vibrating energies. But spirituality teaches us, baby, I already been to hell and back. The devil resides within me. Heaven and hell is a mindset, and physically, it's a mental, it's a spiritual, it's within me. We live in a world of duality. So both of those things live within me. It's about me choosing where I choose to live, where I choose to walk, where I choose to remain. I can walk in the devil and the lower vibrating energies and the all of that. I can walk in that if I want to, and I can do all types of devilish stuff. Or I could choose to walk in a higher vibrating energy. I can walk in heaven, walk with heaven, walk in God-like spirit, Christ-like spirit. It's the difference. And I'm, again, not talking religion at all. Religion has too many, what's the word? Oh, what's the word, Lord? Religion has too many contradictions. Plus a whole lot of other stuff that don't add up anymore. And I'm not saying that everything is a lie. What I'm saying is eat the meat and spit out the bone. That does not work anymore. Spit it out. Let it go. And this is life. Constantly in life, as this life evolves and moves, because it never stops. Even the word evolves. So you have to be able to be smart enough to evolve with it. Now, you let some of these religious church folk tell you, they'll tell you, oh no, you're wrong for that and you're wrong for that. Who is you to tell me how I walk in my daily life with Christ? Because that's an intimate relationship. So who is you to tell me that I'm wrong? If God ain't laid it on my heart that I'm wrong, then you let me be. Mind your business. I say all of this to say, I understand what she's growing through at this very moment. I understand more than she think I know. But what she doesn't understand is that her mindset of doing things, thinking about things, living, processing, spewing out her mouth has to change. Because she said a lot of things on the phone with me that she didn't even realize counted totally against. It was contradictive of the positive things that she was trying to say, but she was talking so fast, which we kind of do. We do when we get upset. She was talking so fast, she didn't even realize that some of the words that she was saying carry so much weight. And I can probably almost see why you feel the way you feel. Because of the words that come out of your mouth. Like, you have to be careful of the words that you say. Even I have to constantly check myself about the words that I say. Because when stuff going wrong and we start having life experiences that make us feel lower, that make them lower vibrating energies come out, that's when you have to be more on guard more than anything. On guard. That's when you have to be more alert than anything and realize, wait a minute, okay, let me fix this attitude because it's got me saying stuff that I just don't want to believe in. And you don't have to. But if you continue to say them, of course you manifest them. If you continue to think something over and over and over again, you manifest it. I don't give a damn what it is. You might, and sometimes it doesn't even come the way you think it's gonna come. Sometimes it'll come a different way. Like, I'm figuring out a lot of what I learned, I'm having to relearn, if that makes sense. A lot of what I was taught, let me say that. A lot of what I was taught is coming apart. A lot of what I'm living off of and getting right now is because I'm learning on my own, through my own experiences, through my own understanding. The Bible teaches you to lean not to your own understanding. We ain't gonna get into that. It tells you not to lean to your own understanding. But God gave me and a lot of other people a sixth sense. Now, with this sixth sense, you have to be careful of what you choose to store there, if you ask me. I don't know what I'm saying is making sense with people or what. But your vision or sixth sense or third eye, whatever you want to call it, can get blocked by your own emotions and your own thoughts and feelings. Especially when you in despair. It can make it hard for you to hear. It can make it hard for you to believe. It can make it hard for you to understand or decipher. Because it's one thing to have a dream. Like a lot of people dream about death and they swear they're going to die. Baby, it's a part of you that could be dying, not just you or not you per se. It could be a part of you that's dying. Because when you see death, even when you see death and tarot, death means death and rebirth, not just death. So it's almost like if you seeing death in your sleep or your dream, okay, Lord, if something is in me dying, show me what needs to die, show me what's being reborn. It's your mindset a lot of times. It's all our mindset, not just her. It's all our mindset. We all are being reprogrammed. I'm being reprogrammed. My mom is being reprogrammed. A lot of people are being reprogrammed because that's what's happening in the world. The world is being reprogrammed. And you have to be able to keep up. And you have to be able to be open to other ways, especially when you come to somebody for help, whether that be a talking, physical help, mental help. You have to be open to a new way of doing something if you want a new result. Because you can't continue to do things the old way and think you're going to keep getting something different. And think you're going to get something different. You're going to keep getting what you always got because you're doing what you've always done. You believe in what you've always believed. You saying what you've always said. You saying what's always worked for you. You saying what's always been true for you. You saying and doing all of this stuff and you still getting them same results. Maybe you should change something. And I ain't the one to tell you what to change. I can give you options all day and show you and tell you, but it's the ultimate decision belongs to you about what you may or may not want to change in order to move into a different level of life. After my accident, everything changed. Ouch. My jaw still sore. I got 3 teeth pulled the other day. After my accident, everything changed. Everything. And it was not just one day. It was not 1 week. It was not a couple of months after my accident. It was it's been 5 years since my accident. And a lot of things have changed since then. Period. From the way I move to the things that I believe to all types of stuff. Everything in my life is linked together one way or another. And that accident, it was a catalyst. It was a push in a different direction of doing life. And I had to be open to it because if not, I'd have went right back to doing things the way I was doing it before that accident happened. And that was almost impossible for me because that accident not only left me disabled permanently, there was no healing. No, let me say this correctly. There was a healing that took place, but certain things were permanent so I could never forget. So I could never forget what I had to go through to get to this point. Some things it had to stay because they were reminders. So if you've ever been through something tragic in your life, I'm pretty sure you were left with certain reminders. And this accident left me with a few reminders of constant change. Constant change. Because change is growth and growth is change. You cannot expect to grow if you're not willing to change. I don't care what it is. Change your thoughts, change your ways, change your mental, change your words, change. Whatever it is, in whatever area, change. And you cannot bullshit spirit. Change. You can tell me all day that you're doing this and you're doing that to better yourself and this, that, and third. If spirit don't see it and see that it has become a lifestyle for you, change. Because you can't bullshit spirit. Point blank period. You cannot. I think it's a such thing as doing things scared. But I also know it's a such thing as taking back your power and realizing that fear is only an illusion. And again, a lot of these things and thought process have to become a way of life. Can't just get in and go and read the Bible and go from there. And okay, let me read this little word and I'm gone. If that's what your foundation is, if that's what your source and all of that comes from, then you need to be constant in that thing. See, I get my medicine from many different places, not just the Bible. The Bible was just the basics. Basic instructions before leaving earth. The Bible was just the basics. He said, I write my word on the pillars of your heart. My heart is within me. God resides within me. I am God. God is me. I was made in his image. But like I say, I could say this all day and somebody religious can come behind me and correct me and try to tell me what I should have been saying. Don't do it. I know what I said. I know what the word teaches me. Everybody have their own interpretation. Your interpretation is yours and mine is mine. Let me have mine. I think that's all I have concerning that. I pray that this word is something somebody needed. I pray that this was an eye-opener or an awakening for somebody, because we are all awakening on one level or another, trying to get to the next. But again, you have to be open to it. Open to new ways, new thinking, new thoughts, new positions. You got to be open to it. It's not just going to happen just because you say it. Because guess what? A clenched fist can't put nothing in it. You have to release and let go. And then you got your hand that's open to receive. But as long as you like this, and you holding on to stuff tightly, and you holding on to what works for you, and you holding on to what's yours and what your foundation has been, you holding on, and your fist is clenched tightly. How can you receive anything? How do you have room to receive anything? Imagine two hands like this. You can't. Release. Start to loosen up. Release. Start to loosen up. Even sometimes you might want to go back to your comfort zone. Release. Release. And see what happens. Just try it. If it don't work, you can come back and call me a liar. You can come back and tell me I don't know nothing. Hey, it didn't work for you. Cool. Understood. Because what works for me won't work for everybody else. I'm just putting it out there, though. It's up to you to do what you do with it. I think it's time for me to go cut my grass. I love y'all, and I'll catch y'all in a minute. Peace.